Okay, we're starting! Okay, how do we start again? Hi friends, today we're going to be talking about what colleges to apply to and how to choose. Okay, so first, how we chose to apply.
I think the most important thing to keep in mind when you're applying to colleges is that you should have different ranges of competitiveness. So like you can have like reach schools, which is like schools that are like pretty hard to get into, but you might still have a chance. And then match schools, which is like
you think you're gonna get it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And then safety schools, which is like most likely you're going to get into them.
Yeah.
So the way I kind of just chose based off of location. Yeah, because I was like, oh, I really want to go to like New York or Boston or just like stay in California. And so initially those were like the schools that I chose to apply to. And after that, I applied based on how hard or easy the application was. Yeah.
Confession time. Like, honestly, like if a college had an essay that was like really confusing or I just didn't know how to write it, I just wouldn't apply. I was just like, you know what, it's not meant to be, and I just wouldn't apply. Which is really bad, but
yeah. But like in the beginning, like especially if you're like pretty dedicated or like really on top of things and you start from the beginning, then you can just like apply to like the ones that you like truly want to apply to. Because like definitely those are like the ones that are going to matter the most when you're choosing college, and those are like the ones that are gonna be most meaningful. Like if you open up an acceptance letter to like
Iowa State, I don't even know what's college,
but like and you're like, oh, okay, I got accepted, but it's like you wouldn't have gone anyways, then it's like
no point of wasting your money.
Yeah, so you should like definitely choose schools that like have some meaning to you, so that you're like happy or like somewhat happy wherever you go.
Yeah. So when I was applying, I also considered like location. So I did like the UCs and then like East Coast colleges that were in like New York, Boston area. And then so I applied like 6 UCs, I think. Yeah. And I just did like some of the UCs that I felt that I would fit most into, as long as like keeping into consideration like the reach, match, and safety school. So I did that. And then when I applied East Coast, I just like, those were mostly all my reach schools actually. Cause like my safety schools, if I'm gonna like go somewhere just like match or safety, then I'd rather just like stay in California and like not waste the money to like go out of state. But if I was going to go out of state, then it's going to be like the best colleges that I think I could like reach, maybe get into somehow.
Yeah, same.
So I think I applied to like 8 privates, 8-ish?
Yeah.
And I applied to Texas, Rice in Texas. That's the only one I think I applied to that wasn't like East Coast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for me it's the same. Yeah, I applied like 8 privates and then I think 6 UCs.
And when should we talk about this one?
Oh yeah.
So next we're going to talk about like location-wise, like how you know where you want to apply. So it's all up to your personality. Like for example, Cornell's in the middle of nowhere, but I don't really mind that because I'm kind of a more quiet person and I don't really like to go out so much, or like I'm not a big like party person. So I knew that it would be okay that I would like go to the middle of nowhere because I'm more concentrated on like studying and like really focused on learning rather than like just having fun in college.
So
but but if you're more interested in like obviously like the social aspect of college, which is like totally fine, that's like what I wish I could have been. But anyway, you should like apply to like UC Santa Barbara, for example. That one's like a really like known for the party aspect, or just like apply to like somewhere where like there's more of a city life than just like rural or like, you know, dead lands.
Yeah, kind of like the same for me. Like for me, my personality is kind of like I'm like quiet sometimes, but I also like to go out sometimes. So it's like
I just find the balance.
Yeah.
Where there's like still somewhere to go if you want to have fun, but if you just want to stay in and like just study or whatever, or like just like hang out with friends, and like you can also do that.
Yeah, Emory had like that kind of environment, especially like I go to Oxford and then like in 2 years I'm gonna be in Emory, which is closer to downtown. So that was like appealing to me.
Yeah. And like to know if a college is more like the environment is more to your personality, we recommend probably searching up like the day in a life videos, or like just like one day in whatever college that you're interested in. And like there's plenty of YouTube videos out there. Yeah, but the only thing bad is like it only shows like one side of it. Everybody's different, so like one person might be like having the best time of their lives one day in like whatever university, but someone could be like studying their butt off, and the other you're like, do I have a life or do I not?
Yeah, and like mostly like they choose what they want to show, so it's like definitely not a very true prediction of what you might actually experience like day to day basis. Yeah, and then also definitely in addition to YouTube videos, you could like search up like use like College Confidential or Reddit or Quora to just like see what other people have to say about it. While you're searching them up, also just keep in mind that they are just like one person's perspective, and that doesn't mean that that'll be what you experienced during college.
Like after I got into Cornell, I read a lot about like on Reddit, which is I guess kind of late because like I applied ED actually, but I read a lot about like Cornell engineering and how difficult it was, and although it like was correct in like one aspect, in the other way, so a lot of people said like impossible, but it definitely isn't impossible as long as you like work really hard. So it's like, yeah, there's two aspects to it, depends how much work you want to put into.
And then for me, like one of the stereotypes of my college is that it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere, so it's like you have no life, and that's like
that is accurate for me.
I mean, it's like kind of true, but then also if you've watched a lot of college vlogs, you've probably heard like college is what you make of it, and although it's like kind of cliche, it's also really true. Like if you actively go and seek out like parties or like
plenty of those,
yeah, there's like definitely
like
a social life if you want to have it. Like it's up to you to decide what you want to do.
Now what?
Are we done?
Are we done?
How long was